Okay, so back again for another video. Video 4 of the day. This is insane. Right, so it's been a week to the day since The Walking Dead season 5 has ended, and I'm just going to do a complete season over review, and just like review. So it started back in. Can't even remember when season 5 started. I think it was October. Obviously, it left off where season 4 ended off, and that was them at Terminus in the cargo shipper, about to be eaten by cannibals. Yeah, that started off well and good. Obviously, it just burst into it, which is really good. Saw some good action scenes. Saw them die. All the cannibals die. All the bad people. And they escaped, but with the help of Carol. Emotional scene with Carol and Daryl, which was like, oh yeah, they're together, woo! And everyone's a happy family again. And then they move on, they walk and they walk. They come across a church. Now, seriously, right? I'm confused with this. Like, how far has Rick and the team travelled since the series started? Because they start in Atlanta. Then they travel on to their campsite, and they travel on to Herschel's farm, and then they travel on to the prison, and they travel on to Westbury. They find a few random churches around, and then they end up back in Atlanta. For guys that want to leave the area because it's full of war, because you want to find some civilization, you're not really getting so far. Seriously, So yeah, and they find Gabriel, and Gabriel's Gabriel. He's trying to find his way, and the cannibals come back. They kidnap Bob. Bob gets his leg eaten. Nastiest scene in the world. But you can't help but rewind and keep on watching it, and it makes you sick. Terrible scene. Bob dies. Sad moment. Sad moment. Really is. I will always remember that episode where they're eating Bob and he just goes, "Tainted me! You tainted me!" And me and my friend at work, we're both Walking Dead fans. I work in a supermarket, and literally when that episode aired, we literally just shout at each other from across the store, "Tainted meat." Now, when you work in a supermarket, that's something you don't really tend to shout out loud. Tainted meat. But we just go, "Tainted meat! Tainted meat!" So we got a few looks when we were working. But again, sad death scene with Bob dying. When it comes to Walking Dead, I've noticed that whenever something good happens, something equally bad happens to that same person as just have something good happen to them. Like Bob and Sasha find love. Yay! Bob dies. You're evil. You're evil. Evil people. Why do you do that? And then Daryl and Carol find Beth. And we find out what happened to Beth. Because obviously Beth got kidnapped in the end of season 4. And so we find out Beth's story, what's been going on there. And she makes friends with Noah. Yay! New character. And she helps Noah escape. Okay, cool. And then he helps Daryl and everyone, save Beth. But then, oh no! Beth dies. It's like, yay, we got Beth! Oh no, Beth died. Happy moment, sad moment. I gotta feel sorry for Maggie at this point. She loses her home. She loses her Otis. She loses her dad. Now she's lost her sister. Literally, how are you not committing suicide by this point? Because you've literally just got fuck all left in the world. I mean, yeah, you got Glenn. Your lover. That's cool. So yeah, hey, we found your sister. She's alive. Yay! Oh no, she's dead. Boo. Sad. I was really upset when Beth died. That scene, you knew it was coming. And all you saw was Daryl with his quivering jaw, and he was just looking down, looking up, and looking down, looking up, and bang, bang, you're dead. And then just like Maggie's all happy outside, gets out the fire truck, heads to hospital. Daryl carries out her body, and she just collapses on the floor. I was like, no! And mid-season end. No, how could you end it like that? That's just so horrible. Oh my god! Happy moment sad. And then there was a big wait, and then obviously the season came back. And, you know, they're walking, and they're walking, and they're walking. And they're all going to Noah's home, because he said that it's safe refuge. So we've gone to Noah's home, and it's been like ransacked. Everyone's dead, you know. So now Noah's like, no, everyone's dead. And then unfortunately, Tyrese, who's going through a bit of mental issues right now with his conscience and everything, gets bitten and dies. You know, mid-season premiere, and Tyrese, who was one of the last mentally sane and good conscious people in the group, has now died. Come on, man. It's like, Tyrese, yay, he's dead, boo, sad. And, you know, just even more heartbreak for Sasha. So now Sasha not only lost the love of her life, she's now lost her brother. Dude, the hell? Why are people hating Sasha? Why are people hating Maggie? Why are you hating these people? Why? It's like, happy sad moment there, no. It's like, not only did, like, you know, Tyrese die, he lost his arm. They chopped off his arm, hoping to save him. Boo, you killed him, man. But Tyrese is now in a happier place. Without an arm. It's a sad moment. So now they lost Tyrese. And they're walking. And they're walking. And then Strange Danger Dude. Can't remember his name. Hi, I'm... Let's call him Gary. Let's call him Gary for the moment. Okay, Gary. So Gary's like, hey, I just survived the hurricane. And you want to come with me? Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's go. He's like, okay, we'll go with you. You know. And they go to Alexandria. Yay! And then they go to Alexandria to get interviewed. And it's a really cool moment, because like they're not trusting them, but at the same time they're like, oh, this is like really cool. Like they feel normal again. Like they're starting to like slightly feel normal again, which is cool. But they're not entirely trusting, because these people, they're weak. According to everyone, they're weak people. They don't know what the outside's like. And like Rick's trying to get through to them. This is what you got to do. This is how you have to behave. It's like, you know, and it's like, no, we can't do this because then we lose all humanity. It's like, no, but that's the way things are now. And it's like, but this is what we have to do. And then we come across Dr. Phil, who's been abusing his wife, who Rick wants to shag, you know, and like the owl statue, something about the owl statue, and like, you know, Carol's there making food, and yeah, so then we got like these reckless people who go on runs. Glenn and Noah being assigned to a run, and the reckless people get Noah killed. So Noah has died, you know. Sasha's been leaning on Noah, and Noah's been like looking at Sasha for help and guidance, and they've made a good friendship. And then Noah dies. Yay, we're saved. We got Alexandria. Noah dies. Sad moment. Boo. I've just noticed that there's been 4 deaths in this series. 4 deaths. The hell. Bob, Beth, Tyrese, and Noah have died. The hell is wrong with you people at AMC? Noah died. That means Beth died for nothing. Beth died for nothing. Why are you doing this to us, AMC? And the way Noah died was pretty gory. It's really terrible. And you know, everyone's now hating the new, like Rick and that, because they think that they're reckless and they don't know how things work there. It's like, no, you don't know how things work out there. This is what you got to be like. We're going to train you. Okay, cool. And now, you know, at the end of the mid-season final, you see the pre-credit scene of Morgan finds the church and finds the map. That's the last we actually heard of Morgan until the series finale this time around. And he finds Daryl, and Daryl brings him to Alexandria, and Rick shoots a guy. And you know, everyone's like now coming to a crossroad way of Rick's way of thinking, and cool. So really, the season, like last episode of the season, was very meh, not very cliffhangery. But if you look into it, Morgan's all like, yeah, life is sacred. You shouldn't kill another human. But Rick's like, no, you have to kill other humans if you want to survive. And like, no, Rick in front of Morgan just killed this guy. So now Morgan's like very disappointed in Rick. And that's really where it left off. But it's the post-credit scene that really got to me a little bit, because there's two post-credit scenes. One with Michonne, who's about to put her samurai sword, or is it katana, if that's what you call it, back on the wall, and she realizes that she can never take it off. That it'll always be a part of her. She puts it back on because she knows that she will always be there. She'll always need it because the world is never safe, if you look into it like that. And then, of course, you've got like the guy in the orange poncho, who's now a walker, go past the car. It says "Wolves are near," so you know that the bad guys know about Alexandria, and you know they're not going to try and attack Alexandria. So you now know that next season is going to be the siege for Alexandria, and everyone's hoping that this guy called Negan, who apparently is a big bad in the comic book, that's going to be his debut, and it's going to be all-out war. So you know, season 5, in my opinion, was a lot better than season 4, because we saw a lot of progression and everything. Especially like the second half of season 4, that was just terrible. This first half was brilliant, you know, the siege on the prison from the governor and everything. But the last half of season 4 was terrible. But this season as a whole was a great. You know, it left me like, oh my god, no! Like half the time, like at the end of every episode. And I cannot wait for season 6. But now I've got to wait till October for season 6, and it's annoying me. Like a lot of TV programs are ending soon. Like, you know, Walking Dead's now ended. Arrow's ending in a couple of weeks. Flash is ending in a couple of weeks. iZombies just started, which is okay. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to end in a couple of weeks. However, Game of Thrones comes back next week for season 5. Looking forward to that. Gotta have my Game of Thrones. And you know, but you know, The Walking Dead's like, oh my god, it's The Walking Dead. Like seriously, oh my god, I can't wait till October now. But season 5, fantastic. So, yeah. you reprise. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Beth, the Beth. Yeah, meeting her at London Film and Comic Con in July. Can't wait for that. You know. So catch you guys later.